Good morning, crypto fans. How we doing out there? Today is Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. Good morning. As you can see on the heat map, excuse me, BTC up 2.35% this morning. Ethereum up 2.31%. We have some excuse me, some coins remaining in the red, but we're looking for a red to green. And let's look at the charts. Moving first to Bitcoin, BTC USD. And as you can see right now, as I indicated in the title, we have this is the 4-hour chart, some healthy consolidation as we try to consolidate and then make a run to get past this 100-day moving average that's sitting on top. And as you can see, I do have the fib retracement. I've covered that in last night, which was the first night we tried to do that. Went pretty well. We're doing a nightly watch list. So if you want to join me at 6 p.m. every night, Monday through Friday. And then, of course, we're here every morning at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time for the morning show. So let's look at some support and resistance levels going into today. So we are looking at resistance for BTC USD at 49,876.12. Keep an eye out on the 100-day moving average. That's going to create some resistance, and it's sitting right near the 50,000 psychological. And we're looking to hold support down at the 57,960. I'm sorry, excuse me, 47,965.91. Moving on, we'll do the watch list that we covered last night first. So let's look for BNB USD. BNB USD. I'll just do it. Give me a second here. Got too many things to look at once here. Scanning BNB USD. There we are. All right, as you can see, yes, we do have the Fibonacci, and if you want to go back and watch some of the previous videos over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I covered how we do this, use the Fibonacci retracement tool here in TradingView, and you do have that on most of your exchange trading platforms as well to look for entries, which would be indicated in this green rectangle, and exits in the red rectangle. Excuse me. So we have support holding up at the 242.98 resistance here, tightening up at the, right there, 257.16 for BNB USD. Tightening range here, so we are consolidating. We did get the 12 and 26, so we have our very healthy configuration for the 12, 26, 100-day moving averages for BNB USD. Moving on to IOTA, Internet of Things, very similar. So we're just consolidating, going sideways. So basically we call this the no trade zone because you're just basically consolidating. There's some discussion between the buyers and sellers trying to figure out which price direction we should move to. So we'll leave support at 1.76 USD, resistance going to be first at 1.23 and then try to get above. You can see here this candle wick just touched the 100-day and rejected. That's IOTA. Moving on to ADA. ADA Cardano had its successful network upgrade last night. Looking out for some really good things. ADA, this the competition for Ethereum. So if you don't know that much about ADA or Cardano, they're proof of stake, and they've got some really neat things coming up. So we're going to keep a close eye on this one. So for the moment, we are, let's see, do we have any secondary? Yeah, let's put support level on the bodies of these candles at 1.211. Resistance first, we've got to get through the 1226 holding us back. As you can see, it rejected off of those moving averages. RSI dead center, and then very low volume. Moving on to Link, L-I-N-K USD. On our watch list, Link is leading the way, up 6.35%. Trying to get above this 100-day moving average. And then, so we're going to pull down the support at the 28.70 and move our resistance up above the 100-day moving average at 30.01. If you're out there, don't be too shy to say hi in the chat. I see some folks dabbling around in there. If you got some chart requests, put them in the chat room there. Or if you're watching the recorded version of this, once we stop live streaming, leave your comments in the comment section. We would appreciate your insight. And I will show you that I introduced this last night. I'll go ahead and show you the indicator. It's called the pivot points. And basically it shows you price pivots for the higher high and the higher lows. And sometimes it's hard to identify those, and we use those in conjunction with the Fibonacci retracement to try to determine direction. We also showed last night that on the intraday time frames, if we go to the 10-minute time frame, we'll do this really quick, so bear with me. We want to have a look at the VWAP. The VWAP is and I'll put this in the chat real quick. Give me one sec. There we are. The volume weighted average price. And as you can see, sometimes it can give you an indicator of where, basically where the average is. So we're trading above the average, and it tends to be magnetic to, excuse me, the price tends to magnetize towards the volume weighted average price. You see we're underneath it, got above it. So keep that one in mind. That can be useful, and we'll be showing better examples than this particular one here as we move forward. So didn't want to put too much on you at once, so we'll turn that back off. All right, so moving on to Link, we have support down at the 29.818, and looks like we're counting resistance right at the $30 psychological. 100-day moving average is quickly coming up underneath, and then we have the 1226 about to cross, which would give us the right orientation that we look for, correct? Moving on to Ethereum, ETH. We will find ETH USD, and basically some a little bit more fluctuation in Ethereum. So we have this, you see this pivot up here. Resistance, couldn't get above it, so we'll say, let me change that real quick. There we go. Resistance 1571.68, and support at, sorry about that, we're on the wrong time frame. No wonder we didn't have anything. See, as you can see, this is on our watch list. So we're heading up into the sell zone here. Excuse me, for Ethereum. And basically how that's determined is we have the fib retracement tool set on the left-hand side to show us where we anticipate it to go up to and retrace back down. So usually it'll come back down to the 0.382, and then the 0.50 is not a Fibonacci number, but it is conducive in trading analytics. So keep an eye on that. So we do anticipate to head over into the sell zone, and then we should set a new higher high and a new pivot number so we can adjust our fibs here. Excuse me. So moving on to the resistance level, we have set at the 1609.17, We do have some new support levels to move up to 1538.20 tightening range, and we have the 12-day and 26 trending upwards on Ethereum. Looking out for Stellar, XLM, USD. Where are you at there, Stellar? There we are. Down just about 1%. Once again, you see the normal things we have set up. Moving into our sell zone as well. Touch down into the buy would be your entry, and then we're heading up to that. Of course, this is not financial advice, none of that kind of stuff. We're learning how to do technical analysis together. So we have resistance at the 0.4361 and support down here at the 0.4159. So tightening range, volume's a little light, I should say, a good bit light, trailing off underneath the average volume. So moving on, watch list, NU. NU USD, this one's Coinbase. As you can see, we dip down into the buy zone. We are looking for, normally we would exit once we reach to the red zone, and go back and watch those videos. They're very informative. And we use the 0.786 and the 0.886 ratios for both the buy and the sell. And in one Fibonacci is inverse of the other. So pretty good technique, works pretty similar to some other techniques out there. But once you hit into this red zone, as you can see, we have some consolidation just like the others. So that's where you make a decision based on your other tools. Is there room for continuation? As you can see here, we did form a new price pivot on the tops of this guy, so that means we would adjust this one up, come over to the other one, bring it up to accommodate the new pivot, and then of course that's going to extend the sell into there. So once we get a close inside of the sell zone, if you wanted to hold out, that would be more riskier, or you could just cut loose. And then of course you can use this as if you have the ability to short. It's pretty difficult for us here in the United States to do that, but if you do have the ability, this would be your entry point for a short sale, and this would be where you would buy it back. So there you go. Moving on to support is, we got some laying down some really good support levels here at the 0.716. And as you can see, giving us a little grief up here at the 0.7495, right on this point, 0.886 Fibonacci. Case in point. Moving on to NMR. And where are you at in NMR? I should actually build a list just for the watch list so I don't waste your time here. Here we go, NMR USD. As you see, I've got this rectangle here highlighting this consolidation area, this consolidation zone, so we could kind of pull that out because we haven't broke past it yet. So we're banging around inside of here, and I put a notation, we need to break this range to the upside or the downsides. We are sitting on top of the 100-day, which is very encouraging, waiting for the 12 and 26. Looks like we may have, yeah, we got the 12 days cross, so we may get the 2600-day cross, which should give us some upside potential. Moving on to Litecoin, LTC USD. As you can see, kind of late to the party on that one, but I did take a position in Litecoin. Should have bought it down in here. but we are sitting pretty right now on the climb up to that area. So we're going to put resistance up at, yeah, there we go. Getting some rejection at the 185.46, and then we have support. We'll just leave it. Come on up there. Support at 173.04. That's Litecoin USD. And a couple more. Comp USD. Comp was rocket ship yesterday, but it has been actually for several days. Where are you at, Comp USD? There you go. As you can see, this is a 4-hour chart, so 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 days in a row. Climb up. Looks like we did hit some folks taking profit. Got a little skittish up there, which is not a bad idea if you ask me. So basically you're going to have support at the previous support up here on this one. Probably should go to the 1 hour just to get, there we go, yeah. Looking at the 1 hour, you'll have support at the 497.79. Trying to get up here. We did close above the 500 mark. And then now the 12-day moving average giving us a little resistance. So resistance at the 509, 508, I should say, 0.59 USD. Okay, rounding out the BAT USD, this is basic attention coin. If you saw over there on the heat map, this is the Brave browser. It's very robust, lightweight, fast and furious. You can see you can earn the BAT, basic attention coin, by if you do encounter ads, they have to compensate you for them. And that's how you earn BAT. So keep that in mind. We are keeping an eye on that because the Brave 2.0 version of the browser is either out by now or is coming out. So there you go. We are breaking free and looking at, we're up to the top here at 0.620 resistance, support down at the, I wonder where that echo is coming from. Excuse me 1 second. Fix that. Sorry about that. At 0.56 support. You see the kind of a weak W pattern. It did break above. So now we've got, if we can zoom out, there is some room to run on this one. What's the all-time high is 0.71. So we're watching BAT. Continue to watch that one. And then last on our list for last night was GRT. As you can see, broke through the sell zone here. Going to have some resistance on the 100-day. So we'll put our resistance level up at the, right on the $2 mark. And support down at the 1.90 tight range here. What we're scouting for right now is going to be the higher high and the pivot up here on the top, so we can adjust our fib levels and closely watch that. Okay, I built a new list over here in the favorites for Defi Tokens. And then I want to explain really quick. You'll see some redundancy in here. And so basically what I did is I built this list with both Coinbase and Binance data, if it was available. And what I look for is the highest in volume. So I have the volume indicator over here on the far right. So let's see. Let's get into some of our DeFi coins that we had on our watch list. So we have MKR. And as you see, this particular one's calculated on Binance because we have higher volume, and that's what we're after. We want the most volume to give us the best indicator of price. Move it into, how are we doing on time? Yep, getting pretty close. So we got to move quickly here. So support at the 2171.72. And as you can see, we have several tops of the wicks up there at the 2288.09. And then just watch out for the 100-day, of course. 1226 is trending upward, diminishing volume. So we need some volume to get up there to overtake that 100-day moving average. Second one, AAVE. And I think we have two versions of that. So let's look here. We're going to look at this one's on Binance as well. This coin is available on Coinbase, and I did show folks last night how I got some of that for free on Coinbase without being scammed or anything. It was actually pretty easy. 376.45 support. Resistance is, right on the tops of these guys there, right there. 401.02. So right in between, you're going to have a little resistance getting over that 400. As you can see, it's kind of battling with that. Then you got the 100-day. So we got our eye on AAVE. And rounding out his comp, CONP. I think we covered this one already. Yep, we did, but we'll do it real quick. This is another DeFi coin. And if you have some others that you're watching or you feel like need some attention, please put them in the chat or in the comment section, and we'll add those together. So let's round back out. We'll go down and have to look at DOGE. A lot of folks interested in DOGE, so we will find DOGE for you. There we are, DOGE USD. As you can see, I had a this one had a channel going, and we broke the channel. We could maybe massage that a little bit. Yeah, we could do that. Pull that down there. We're just trying to catch the wicks going up. There we go. So let's have a look at resistance at 0.0517, supports relatively unchanged. As you can see, this is pretty much a consolidation on DOGE. A couple more to look out for is we covered Link, BTT, DRX, all right, anything out there? A couple of news items real quick before we wrap up. DOGE is now supported at over 1,800 ATMs in 45 of the U.S. states. So that news came out. That's a pretty good sign of adoption as the fiat banks and folks and the payment processors start to accommodate digital currency. Another thing, ADA Cardano has completed the hard fork network upgrade, and quite a few big expectations out there for that. And then, of course, the CBOE is seeking approval to list Bitcoin ETF. So they've been battling to get that. There was an ETF, I believe it's an ETF in Canada now, that OBTC. Osprey Bitcoin Trust. Maybe that's not the one that's traded on the over OTC markets. And we did get some indication that GBTC, which is the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, sorry, I can't find that one in here. So anyway, we'll skip that one. We'll touch on it, but tune in tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for the Crypto Cocktail Hour. We're going to go over our watch list for the evening and the next morning. Glad to have you out here. Please like, subscribe. You can hit the notification bell and it will notify you with one email. It won't spam you to death and let you know when we're live streaming. But thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you tonight.